This year, I'm going to take my hair from bra strap length to waist length in just under 6 months. So that literally means by my birthday, we are praying and hoping that we get at least another 4 inches of hair growth retained. Very wishful thinking, but that is my goal for this year. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 things that I've been doing in January so far in order to retain my hair length goals by May while I install my protective style for the week, which is a half wig by OQ Hair. What's up, Kellys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kiki, and if you are new here, I do all things curly hair tips, product reviews and styling. Today's video is all about the 6 things that I've done so far in January 2026, plus 2 things what I have booked in to make sure that I am reaching waist length by my birthday. If you have been following me, you will know the struggle that I have had over the past year in order to retain length, and not just that, I've been stuck at bra strap length for the past like 3 years. So in order to break that plateau, we've had to make some changes to our routine, and I'm going to share with you 6 of the things that I said I would do and that I'm currently doing in January to make sure I am going to get there by May. So the first thing is washing my hair in twists. This is something that I said I was going to do, and I actually did do it. My first wash day of this year was actually the Sunday just gone, and I did manage to actually keep my hair in twists. I did this in 4 sections. I always find that when it is in twists, it's just a lot more manageable, and there's a lot less breakage that can occur when the hair is kind of just twisted and locked in. So that's something that I wanted to start doing, and something that I have been continuing to do over the past few months. I've seen a lot of benefits from this. It's helped so much with breakage, it's helped so much with shedding, and the detangling process is a lot easier, and I get a lot less tangles actually doing it this way as opposed to just washing my hair loose. Not only that, it is something that really goes with my goal of manipulating my hair as little as possible. I don't want to be doing loads to my hair during the week. My aim was ideally to wash my hair every 2 weeks, but I'm finding that it's a little bit difficult to do that because I have been in the gym quite a lot this year. One of my other personal goals was to be consistent with my gym routine, and that means I'm going like 4 times a week, and I am sweating a little bit, and it just makes my scalp itch a bit when I don't wash my hair every week when I'm in the gym. So I'm just gonna play it by ear and see how we get on with that one. And if I need to wash it weekly, I will do, because my scalp just feels a lot better, and overall my hair tends to absorb the products a lot better when it is washed on a weekly basis. So we've started with, I've just braided my braids up into 2 so that I can easily just tuck them away when I put this little wig cap on my head. I'm going to leave the front 2 out because they're going to be the parts that are going to be blending in with the actual wig, so I don't want to put everything away. I did about 12 medium-sized braids for this, and then I left 2 kind of cornrows at the front here, what I'm going to be leaving out. The second thing I've done this January in order to make sure I get to waist length by my birthday is I have managed to focus on just low manipulation and protective styling. As you can see, I'm literally doing a protective style as we speak. My hair for the past 2 weeks of this month has just been in 2-strand twists, and then on Sunday I actually did these like braids. So my hair has been it's been wrapped up in a head wrap for the most of, you know, last week and this week. This is something that I'm going to continue to do throughout the year. I don't want to be messing with my hair too much, and from all of the research I've done on lots of ladies who have reached waist length, they have just been leaving their hair alone. They say the key to length is to minimize as much breakage as possible, and for me that comes in the form of not doing my hair too often. This is a little wig cap that I got, and it's just going over the back of my hair to keep it in nice and secure. So this is the wig. It's 22 inches. It is like a kinky straight wig. I did actually want to get kinky straight, so I've got a curly one, and I'm not gonna lie, it's quite a lot of effort. Like, it's basically like my hair, and I don't want something that completely replicates my hair. I want it to be a lot easier for me. So being that this is a little bit stretched out, I'm hoping it's gonna be easier just to maintain it. It comes with these 3 combs and like a headband kind of attachment. So I'm gonna see what my hair looks like in comparison to the actual wig hair when I take it down. If I need to stretch my hair out, I'll use my GHD blow dryer a little bit, but if not, we'll just go with it and see what it looks like when my hair's in its like braid out state. So the third thing I've done in January to reach my goal, I have been focusing on the LCO method. This is not new. I've been focusing on the LCO method for the past 6 months, but I've wanted to do this to make sure that my hair is staying protected, because before I was kind of skipping the oil part and I wasn't sealing my hair at all with anything, and I think that's where I was seeing a lot of split ends and breakage in the past, because my hair actually wasn't protected from, you know, the environment or any friction. I think adding that extra step of the sealant I've left it out. I've left the band out. Actually, I'm not going to use the band. Let's take the band off because I don't want it. So adding that extra step has really helped my hair just be a lot more protected and smoother. And not only that, I wasn't actually moisturizing my hair like as frequently as I should have been. I was kind of just going through the week, being lazy, leaving my hair in like a twist out or a braid, and then I wasn't moisturizing it, whereas my hair does get dry by like day 3 or day 4, and it does need moisturizing. So that is something that I have actually made a conscious effort to improve on. And if you don't know, the source of most problems is dryness. This is the wig currently fitted. It's got a little like drawstring at the back that I'm just gonna pull to make it a little bit more secure, but it's not too dissimilar to my hair anyway. My hair probably is about this length at the minute, nearly, and probably a little bit darker than my hair, to be honest. The 4th thing I've done in January to reach waist length is I have been finger detangling. This is something that I've actually made a conscious effort to do, especially last week was my first wash day in January, and I literally didn't use my tangle teaser until the very end when I was styling my hair, because I needed to braid it and make sure there was no tangles in it. So that is when I used my brush. But other than that, I just completely used my fingers the whole time, and I really enjoyed it actually. I feel like there was a lot less shedding and a lot less breakage when I used my fingers. So I'm going to continue to do that. Whether I can do it for the full year is another story, but I'm definitely going to be adding in more finger detangling to my haircare routine. The 5th thing that I've done this year is I've actually been taking supplements for my hair growth, and with this I've been taking a generic hair, skin and nails supplement, and also I've been taking MSM. The MSM I feel has been a huge contributor to me not seeing as much shedding as I usually do. My shedding, if I show you, so this is actually what I lost last week. Tiny amount of shedding. I've never seen like the smallest amount of shedding on a wash day at all. And I'm literally putting it down to nothing else. Well, probably my actual styling, because I've been finger detangling and doing, you know, less styles that require me to actually detangle my hair and pull out my hair. But aside from that, I have just been taking the MSM, and it's said to help drastically with shedding and hair growth after like the 2 to 3 month period if you consistently take it. So I'm putting it down to the MSM. I think that's fantastic. And not only that, I've actually made some steps into getting a better awareness of my hair care overall and my blood work. So next month I've actually booked in with Superdrug. They've got a service whereby you can actually go and check your hair health through blood tests. I went to one of their events last year, and one of their services that they were offering was in fact getting blood tests done. I was really excited at that opportunity, and I've actually managed to get a collab with them. So we're going to be getting our bloods tested in February, and hopefully everything's good, but if not, then I'll be able to fill in the gaps and get the right supplements, because at the minute it's kind of a little bit of guesswork. And the 6th thing I've actually done, this is not something that I've done, well, I have done it, but I've not gone and got it done yet, but I booked my trim. So as you know, I did put a post out recently on my YouTube channel asking for feedback as to whether I should get a blow dry and a trim or a silk press and a trim. And even though most of you voted to just do the blow dry and trim, I'm going to get the silk press, because it's been like, this year it will be 2 years in August since I've had an actual silk press. So I'm thinking to just go and do the silk press, if I'm being honest. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's going to give me a really good picture overall of like my hair health, because I feel like wrong move was to do that. I feel like when you get a blowout, like it doesn't really show the split ends as much as it would with a proper silk press and trim. So next week I'll film it. Hopefully my ends are, you know, not too bad and they actually hold up, but we're gonna get our first silk press. So this is what the hair is looking like at the minute. I think I'm actually going to take less out because I'm not really feeling how it looks. It's really hard to do your hair in a camera and not a mirror. So we're gonna do a little bit less on the side. So this is what it's turned out like after a load of faffing around and playing with it. I finally got it to a place where it looks okay, to be honest. It looks all right. I still need to like mess around with the placement and like how much hair I've got out and whatnot. But yeah, it's really cute, to be honest. I think it matches with my hair really well. The colour's not too far off. My hair is a little bit lighter and obviously it's a bit shorter than this one, so I do have to hide my hair in the pony. But yeah, I'm really liking it, to be honest. I like the natural kind of like poofy look. So if you're interested in this wig, I will link it in the comments. Enjoy, subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, and let me know what you've been doing in January to meet your hair length goals ready for the end of 2026, and I will see you in the next one.